Good evening and welcome to the Town Board of the Town of Ossining regular meeting for Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. And please remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of the one and only true shepherd. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On Saturday, August 21st, we lost Dream Shepherd at the far too young age of 16. Dream was born with sickle cell anemia and spent much of her childhood battling this disease with the help of her incredible mom, Diana, who donated her own stem cells to help Dream beat back sickle cell. Despite her health challenges, Dream was a fighter and a local hero, championing many causes and even statewide legislation, again, alongside her mom, who fought tirelessly for her and others to help those struggling with similar health conditions. Dream was a member of Ossining Girl Scout Troop 2233 and dedicated much of her time to supporting her community, often alongside her mom, Diana Lemon, who was recently an Ossining School Board trustee for a number of years. Dream was a rising senior at Ossining High School, and as such, this news has rocked our school community, her classmates, and friends. Dr. Raymond Sanchez shared with the Ossining school community resources for families to assist their grieving children through this difficult time, which I encourage all those impacted to seek out for support. Our thoughts and prayers are with Dream's family. We know Dream's incredible legacy will certainly outlast her time with us. With that, or we're doing our roll call? Roll call?
Yes.
Okay.
Councilmember Feldman,
Present.
Councilmember Wiltshire,
Present.
and Councilmembers Meyer and Shaw are absent, correct?
Correct.
And Supervisor Levenberg.
I'm here.
So we have the public hearing, local law to opt out of allowing on-site cannabis consumption sites in the unincorporated town of Ossining.
Do I need a motion? Okay, so tonight we're opening the public hearing. I don't know why I'm going to preempt this. We're opening the public hearing on a local law to opt out of on-site cannabis consumption lounges in the town of Ossining. On-site consumption lounges are one of the two uses municipalities can opt out of before the end of 2021 under the New York state law, which legalized cannabis sale and consumption earlier this year. The other use is dispensaries. At this time, the town board is only considering opting out of on-site consumption lounges, which means by default, dispensaries will be allowed in the unincorporated town of Ossining in the future. This move is in line with the village of Ossining, which yields some additional financial benefits for the town. There is an opportunity for a revenue sharing agreement to be put in place for tax revenue from dispensaries in the village of Ossining. We understand the village of Briarcliff has also recently begun their discussions on this issue as well, and we look forward to hearing more from them. It is unlikely we will close the public hearing this evening, so there will be at least one more opportunity to address the town board on this local law after tonight. We look forward to hearing more from the community on this topic. If you are unable to join us live tonight, feel free to email the board at tc, town council, at townofossining.com to share your input, and stay tuned for more opportunities for public discussion on this issue. Councilman Donna, is there anything you'd like to add before we open it up to the public?
I think you pretty much summed it up. The only thing I would add is that the local law that the board is considering would be subject to permissive referendum. And so if the board does go forward with adopting a local law or some version of the local law that would prohibit on-site consumption of cannabis within the town, if there was a valid petition with enough signatures submitted, then it would have to go to an election of a vote of the electorates of the town. So if there is enough public interest, there will be an opportunity for it to be decided by the public.
So with that, unless my colleagues have anything to add, I'd like to open this up for the public, open up the public hearing to the public. I cannot see if there are any attendees.
There are 3 attendees.
We do have a couple of attendees on, so,
For some reason, it's not actually on that.
yeah.
Okay, but I can't tell if they're, so Victoria, will you just take care of,
She
allowing?
I already asked.
Yes, but I can allow people to come and speak. So, of our attendees, if you'd like to address the board on this local law, please raise your virtual hand and I will allow you to speak. Okay. Mr. Girolamo, you have been allowed to talk. You can just unmute yourself and you can address the board.
Good evening, John Girolamo, Claremont Road, Ossining, New York. I am currently the Regional District Chair for the South District of New York for the Elks on drug awareness. I urge the town board to opt out altogether. You can always opt back in. You have until December 18th to completely opt out. At this point, nothing has been really established at the state level. From what I understand, they're arguing, and the representatives are arguing amongst themselves about who will be on the committee, how the committee will be formed. So it's very premature. I've done a lot, on this issue for my whole life. I've been involved with prevention for 30 years. And I urge the town to consider opting out altogether at this time, with the option that you can opt back in at any time. If you opt out now, you can't change your mind. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to address the board on this local law? Again, please raise your virtual hand. Okay, not seeing anybody raising their hand at this time.
Okay. Anything else from town board that you'd like to say this time? I think
Let's
that we're-
continue the public hearing so more people have an opportunity to speak.
That is the plan. Okay, so without further ado, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn the public
Adjourn.
hearing to be continued at your September 14th meeting.
Adjourn the public hearing to September 14th.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Hey, oh, I forgot to actually ask, we do have a person, okay, just checking. We have a person, a live person in the audience this evening. I forgot to look to the live. I'm so used to just looking on the screen these days. Okay, the live person does not want to comment at this time, so fantastic. Okay, so we voted, we adjourned the public hearing, and we are now on to announcements. So, good news is that here in the town of Ossining, Tropical Storm Henri passed through Sunday, thankfully with little to no impact on infrastructure. I'm gonna take these off. I can't have this both on at the same time and see. On infrastructure in the unincorporated area and for our parks, thanks to our town highway and parks departments, Westchester County Emergency Management, Con Edison, Verizon, and Altice for preparing for the storm at full force and reminding us of the important safety protocols in the event that the storm was in fact as impactful as they had predicted. Better safe than sorry, for sure. We're also thinking of our neighbors in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and other coastal areas who were hit harder than us, and we hope for a speedy storm recovery, keeping our hopes up for the continuation of a quiet hurricane season. Yesterday, we got some good news from the FDA that the first COVID-19 vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, has now received full FDA approval. This is great news and will likely facilitate increased vaccination protocols across the country with this added approval. If you're not yet vaccinated, FDA approval is added assurance that the data illustrates the vaccine is extremely safe and effective. Third doses are also now being administered for immunocompromised individuals and will be rolling out soon for some of the earliest vaccination recipients like healthcare workers, first responders, and nursing home employees. Vaccines are still our best defense against COVID-19, and it has never been easier to get vaccinated. Most pharmacies offer walk-in appointments, and the Ossining Volunteer Ambulance Corps, or OVAC, is vaccinating at their headquarters on Clinton Avenue on Wednesdays and Fridays. If you have questions about the vaccine, Vax Up Westchester, that's VAX up westchester.org, is a great resource for facts. And the Westchester County Department of Health has set up a phone line for residents to speak one-on-one with nurses and doctors about the vaccine. Call 914-995-5800 to be connected with a healthcare professional in either English or Spanish to ask questions. Get ready for another installment of our summer concert series and Food Truck Fridays this Friday with Silver Fox performing starting at 7 p.m. I believe Kendall Buchanan is in that band, so we're looking forward to some of our local talent. And food trucks starting at 5 p.m. In light of the COVID-19 numbers ticking up, we continue to ask all attendees to wear their masks regardless of vaccination status at all times when in crowded settings and not in your pod, enjoying your meal and beverage while seated. Please follow this guidance so we can continue the summer fun for the remaining weeks, which are 2. We will post and share a final lineup of food trucks and craft beverage crowd later in the week, but I've gotten some sneak previews and it looks great. Make sure you are following the Town of Ossining, Greater Ossining Chamber of Commerce, and Sing Sing Kill Brewery on Facebook for the latest updates, maybe also even Instagram, and definitely come hungry on Friday. Thank you to our amazing summer concerts and Food Truck Fridays planning team of the Greater Ossining Chamber of Commerce, Sing Sing Kill Brewery, Mike and Miriam Risco, and Superintendent of Rec and Parks, Bill Garrison. We hope to see you there. And get ready for September 3rd for our slightly delayed fireworks celebration for Labor Day weekend. It has been an extremely challenging year, especially for our essential workers. We couldn't think of a better way to end the summer than with fireworks tribute to honor them on this holiday celebrating workers. Stay tuned for more details, but please, please, please come wearing your masks. The best way to honor those who have worked so hard for us is to take proper precautions to protect our community against this still very deadly and dangerous virus. Public outreach for the comprehensive plan continues as we near the release of a draft comprehensive plan. We are seeking additional community feedback in an effort to highlight some of the larger policies and ideas to be discussed in the draft plan. The plan will continue to incorporate the input from this summer engagement into the final guide for the initiatives and policies for the town board to consider for further planning and development as defined in the plan. The steering committee members will be using posters as an easy way to engage people in this conversation and to make sure people stay informed as to when the draft comp plan is released. So if you see a steering committee member at an event this summer or posters stationed at a local business, please take a moment to say hi to the people, not the posters, and respond to the interactive activities seeking your input. So far, the boards have visited or are visiting SBS Print and Ship on North State Road, Fred's Auto Repair, also on North State, UMAC Briarcliff, also on North State Road, Tour View Swim Club, not on North State Road, Club Fit, North State Road, and events like the Summer Concert Series, St. Augustine's Fair, and NU Family Fun Day, also not on North State Road. We're looking forward to sharing the final results with the community, and we'll be preparing an online survey to wrap public engagement in the fall, so stay tuned. The Village of Ossining is seeking community input on their 2021 application to the New York State Downtown Revitalization Initiative. It's in its 5th year, and the program will invest $200 million in up to 20 downtowns statewide, and we want some of that, of course, coming to Ossining. The Village of Ossining was a finalist in 2019, and with your help, Ossining could very well be a winner this year. There's a community online survey currently open and available on the Village website, and there will be an in-person event at the Ossining Farmers Market this Saturday, August 28th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Please take some time to provide your feedback and this transformative opportunity. Also, they're asking for feedback on bike rack locations, so take that survey as well. Also coming up in the not too distant future, which ties into that, Car Free Day. We're planning now, hoping to have some great options for you to try out for getting around without gas-powered vehicles, and we hope you will take the pledge to go car-free or car-light on Wednesday, September 22nd, which is International Car Free Day, so that each of us can learn what steps we can take to reduce carbon emissions and slow climate change now and into the future. Finally, please mark your calendars for Saturday, September 11th at 9 a.m. for the annual 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony hosted by Ossining and Briarcliff First Responders. This event will be particularly meaningful this year as it marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. We will share more details about this event as they become available. It is also has been deemed a day of service, and Westchester County has partnered with Volunteer New York for volunteer opportunities starting on September 9th and going through September 12th. And there's lots of great ways to help out. So please check out the county website to learn more. That's it for my announcements. Do my colleagues have to add? So with that, we go to liaison. None. We are now going to ask for public comment on agenda items only. I know we have a couple of attendees still here and in the audience here. Does anybody have any comments on any of the upcoming agenda items? Raise your virtual hand, please, and we will recognize you. Okay. I'm getting to see no. I'll give it one more minute. I know those people will know how to use their virtual hand raising feature, so I'm going to continue to move along. With that, we will go into our board resolutions, and I turn it over to Deputy Clerk Martha Kudisaka. Take it away, Martha.
Okay. Approval of minutes, regular meeting, August 10th, 2021. Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining hereby approves the August 10th, 2021 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby approves the voucher detail report dated August 24th, 2021 in the amount of $305,348.81. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Can I have different directions? Okay. Go ahead.
Then, okay. Memorandum of Understanding, New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. Resolved that the town board of the town of Boston authorizes the supervisor to sign a memorandum of understanding between the town and the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference for planning, developing, maintaining, and protecting trails within lands owned by the town of Boston, specifically for the Ryder Park trails. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So a few meetings ago, we heard from David Margulies and Mitzi Elks, and David, thank you for joining us this evening. I see you there in the audience, from our Town Environmental Advisory Committee about a proposed trail connection in Ryder Park that could be constructed with assistance from volunteers with the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. This memorandum of understanding will memorialize our relationship with the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference for this exciting project and hopefully allow us to continue to build on this partnership in the future. We already do some good work with them, their stewards program at the unique area, and we're happy to be partnering with them again on this project. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Thank you.
Landscape and Wetland Mitigations Plantings Maintenance Agreement, SPCA of Westchester Incorporated. Whereas as a condition of the wetland permit approval granted by the planning board, SPCA of Westchester Incorporated is required to enter into a landscape and wetland mitigation plantings maintenance agreement with the town to ensure the SPCA adheres to the requirements of the landscape plan, wetlands impact mitigation plan, and the wetland and wetland buffering monitoring plan submitted by the SPCA. And now therefore be it resolved, the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute the landscape and wetland mitigation plantings maintenance agreement with the SPCA of Westchester Incorporated dated August 5th, 2021, and be further resolved. The supervisor is authorized to sign all documents reasonably necessary to have the agreement recorded with the county clerk. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Oh, I just want to say, as part of their site plan approval, the SPCA of Westchester is required to enter into an agreement with the town for the maintenance of their landscape and wetlands mitigation plantings. This agreement and the plantings have been reviewed by our council and consultants, and I believe the planning board. So we are considering this approval tonight. Council Don, do you want to say something?
Yes, well, just to clarify, yeah, the planning board, as part of its review, looked at all of the technical aspects of what they were proposing as far as landscaping and mitigation for the wetlands, and required certain actions be taken, and this just basically memorializes it, and the agreement will be recorded with the county clerk, so they'll be on record for future property owners or anyone who looks into title on the property. The board did previously enter into a similar agreement, but that one dealt with stormwater management. So we try to make it so that the property owners have long-term responsibilities with respect to the projects they get approval for. I understand that from the building inspector, that this is their one, if not the last item on their checklist. And so
Very
for
exciting.
those who are happy, the SPCA will probably receive their certificate of occupancy tomorrow.
I think there's a lot of people who are very happy
Yes.
about that. And
Yes.
I'm sure, quite sure the town board is happy about that. It's been a project long needed, and it's beautiful, beautiful new design, and I think it's going to be serve us all with stead for many years for the animals that live there. So looking forward to that. Okay, so all those in favor? Aye. With enthusiasm.
Resolution adopting local law number 7 of 2021, amendment to chapter 136 of the town code regarding temporary outdoor dining permits. Whereas in August 2020, the town board adopted local law number 1 of 2020, creating a permitting process to allow legally existing food and drink establishments in the town to temporarily provide outdoor dining for its patrons due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas while the governor allowed the state of emergency due to the COVID-19 pandemic to expire in June 2021, the state adopted legislation in July 2021 to continue to allow the state local authority to issue licenses for outdoor dining through July 7th, 2022, in order to assist food and drink establishments in their economic recovery caused by the pandemic. And whereas the landscape of the COVID-19 pandemic is rapidly changing and recently infection and hospitalization rates have been increasing throughout the country, including in Westchester County and the town of Ossining. Whereas the town board considered this local law as it believes it is in the best interest of the health, safety, and welfare of the restaurant workers, the patrons, and the general public to continue to temporarily allow outdoor dining through the permitting process set forth in chapter 136 of the town code until July 7, 2022, consistent with state law, and so long as the total capacity of the restaurant with indoor and outdoor dining does not exceed the maximum permitted indoor capacity. And whereas the town board held a duly noticed public hearing on local law number 7 of 2021 at its regular meeting on Tuesday, August 10th, 2021, in the first floor conference room at Town Hall, 16 Crown Avenue, Austin, New York, 10562, and via Zoom video conferencing, and members of the public having the opportunity to attend and be heard in person or video conferencing or via video conferencing. The public hearing was closed on August 10th, 2021. And whereas said local law has been on the desk of members of the town board of the town of Austin for at least 7 days, exclusive of Sunday, prior to the adoption of this resolution, and now therefore be it resolved, the town board, as the only involved agency for this action, hereby adopts a negative declaration pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act, determining this action does not have the potential to have any significant adverse environmental impacts, as the local law is intended to continue the temporary outdoor dining permit process that has already been in place for the last year until July 7th, 2022, after which time, if the restaurants intended to continue their outdoor dining will be required to obtain the appropriate approvals from the planning board if necessary. The local law is intended to provide a safe atmosphere for patrons of these establishments by enabling them to dine outdoors and with adequate social distancing. And the building inspector may only issue the permit upon the establishment providing plans and documentation to show the outdoor dining can be conducted in a safe manner. And to be further resolved, the town board, under due deliberation, finds that it is in the best interest of the town to adopt said local law, and the town board hereby adopts local law number 7 of 2021, entitled Amendment to Chapter 136 of the Town Code regarding temporary outdoor dining permits. And be further resolved, the town clerk is directed to enter said local law in the minute of this meeting into the local law book for the town of Ossining, to publish said minutes in a newspaper published in the town, if any, or in such newspaper published in the county in which such town may be located, having a circulation in such town. An affidavit of said publication shall be filed with the town clerk, and to file a copy of said local law with the Secretary of State of New York. Do I have a motion?
Second.
So we hope that with the adoption of this local law, the town will continue to be able to facilitate outdoor dining at our restaurants for the next year, in line with recent changes in New York State law that make it easier for restaurants to serve outside. The pandemic is certainly not over, so we hope this will be welcome news to our small businesses and their customers. And I believe this is a roll call vote since it's a local law. So Martha, I'm going to send it back to you for a roll call vote.
Okay, sure. So let me go a second. Councilmember Feldman,
Aye.
Councilmember Wiltshire,
Aye.
Supervisor Lavenberg.
Aye.
Correspondence to be received and filed. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby accepts the following correspondence. Town planning board minutes, July 21st, 2021. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Monthly reports. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin accepts the following monthly report for the month of July 2021. Dale Cemetery.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And with that, we have visitor recognition on anything you'd like to talk about. And we have 1 4-minute opportunity to speak. And I feel like there's some new attendees, so that's you. Is there anybody who would like to address the board on any topic whatsoever? If so, please raise your hand or your virtual hand, depending on which hand you have available. Seeing no virtual hands, I would ask for a motion to adjourn to executive session for advice of counsel, personnel, and contracts.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Next week, even though it will be a 5th Tuesday, we are having a work session on August 31st. And that's instead of taking our 5th Tuesday break, we'll take that the week of September 6th and then be back to our regular scheduled meetings on September 14th. Have a great week, everybody.